Good to Great: Transforming Your Business from Mediocre to Greatness. Jim Collins' book, Good to Great, is a business classic that has stood the test of time. The book is based on a 5-year research project that analyzed the performance of 28 companies that made the transition from good to great. The companies that made the transition were identified as having sustained success for at least 15 years following their transformation. The book begins by questioning the common belief that great companies have charismatic leaders at their helm. Collins argues that great companies are not built on the cult of personality but on a culture of discipline. The book introduces the concept of Level 5 leadership, which is characterized by a combination of personal humility and professional will. Level 5 leaders are able to put the success of the company before their own ego and are able to create a culture of disciplined thought and action. Collins then introduces the concept of the hedgehog concept, which is based on the fable of the hedgehog and the fox. The hedgehog is able to do one thing really well: roll into a ball and protect itself, while the fox tries to do many things and ends up getting nowhere. In business, the hedgehog concept is about finding the one thing that a company can do really well and focusing on it relentlessly. The book argues that great companies are able to identify and execute on their hedgehog concept. The book also introduces the concept of the flywheel effect, which is based on the idea that a company's success is not built on a single breakthrough but on a series of small incremental improvements. The flywheel effect is about building momentum and sustaining it over time. Great companies are able to identify the key factors that contribute to their success and continuously improve them, even when it seems like progress is slow or non-existent. One of the key takeaways from the book is the importance of getting the right people on the bus. Collins argues that great companies first focus on getting the right people on board and then figure out where to go. The book introduces the concept of the first who, then what principle, which means that it is more important to have the right people on board than to have a clear vision of where the company is headed. Once the right people are on board, the company can work together to identify and pursue its hedgehog concept. Another important concept in the book is the idea of confronting the brutal facts. Collins argues that great companies are able to confront the reality of their situation, no matter how harsh it may be. By facing the truth, companies are able to make the tough decisions necessary to improve their performance. The book introduces the concept of the Stockdale paradox, which is based on the experience of Admiral James Stockdale, who was a prisoner of war in Vietnam. Stockdale survived his ordeal by confronting the brutal facts of his situation while maintaining the belief that he would ultimately prevail. The book also emphasizes the importance of a culture of discipline. Great companies are able to maintain a culture of discipline by focusing on what they do best and avoiding distractions. The book introduces the concept of the 20-mile march, which is based on the idea that great companies are able to maintain a consistent pace of progress, even in the face of adversity. The 20-mile march is about setting specific goals and then working diligently to achieve them, day in and day out. In conclusion, Good to Great is a must-read for anyone looking to build a successful business. The book provides a roadmap for transforming a good company into a great one by focusing on the right people, confronting the brutal facts, and maintaining a culture. Of one of the most important concepts that Collins introduces in the book is the idea of the hedgehog concept. This is based on an ancient Greek parable about a fox and a hedgehog. The fox is very clever and has many strategies for catching the hedgehog, but no matter how hard he tries, he never succeeds. The hedgehog, on the other hand, has one simple strategy: to roll up into a ball and defend itself with its spines. The hedgehog wins every time. Collins uses this parable to illustrate the idea that great companies have a clear and simple strategy that they execute relentlessly, just like the hedgehog. They focus on what they do best, and they stick to it, even in the face of adversity. This is the hedgehog concept. According to Collins, the hedgehog concept is made up of 3 components. 1. What you can be the best in the world at, and, equally important, what you cannot be the best in the world at. 2. What drives your economic engine. 3. What you are deeply passionate about. Collins argues that companies that have a clear hedgehog concept are more likely to become great. They know what they do best, they focus on it, and they avoid distractions. Another important concept in the book is the idea of level 5 leadership. Collins found that the most successful companies were led by what he calls level 5 leaders. These are leaders who are both humble and ambitious. They have a fierce resolve to do what is best for the company, even if it means making difficult decisions or putting their own interests aside. They are also able to inspire their employees to do great things and create a culture of excellence. Collins also emphasizes the importance of having the right people on the bus. He argues that great companies start by getting the right people on board, and then figuring out where to drive the bus. This means hiring people who are not only talented, but also have the right values and fit in with the company culture. Overall, Good to Great is an insightful and thought-provoking book that offers valuable lessons for anyone interested in building a successful company. It is based on extensive research and analysis, and provides practical advice that can be applied to a wide range of industries and organizations. If you are looking to take your company from good to great, or simply want to learn more about what makes great companies tick, this book is definitely worth a read.